Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. One of the reasons I come in front of you every night at 10 o'clock, one of the reasons I run this digital channel, I run with a lot of difficulties because, it's pretty hard to run a digital channel in India in terms of revenue, in terms of money and all of that. One of the reasons why I do that is because in my mind I am acting for my democracy. Because when I go to my grave, at least I should be sure about the fact that I have acted for my democracy. And that is exactly why I come every day, 10 o'clock, in front of you to talk to you about our democracy, to talk to you about how one should act for democracy, to talk to you about what are important things that we should accept and what are the things we should reject when it comes to politics and elections. This, I would think, would be my contribution to my country. And I'm going to talk to you about the same topic today. Let's get right into the show. You see, I've been constantly talking to you, like I told you before, about multi-dimensional poverty. Poverty which is to do with lack of food, poverty to do with lack of infrastructure, poverty to do with lack of health, poverty to do with lack of education. Multi-dimensional poverty. We've got states like Bihar where the multi-dimensional poverty is so bad that out of every 100 people, close to 33 people are multi-dimensionally poor. We've got states like that. My submission to you always was in those editorial is that go vote for people who come to you and who tell you that, listen, you know what? We will ensure that we reduce poverty in your country, in your state, in your constituency. Vote for people who says that I will ensure that there is food in the table for every person in my constituency, the lowest common denominator in my constituency. Vote for that kind of person. Vote for a person who tells you that I will ensure that there are more schools, there are more hospitals, there are more ambulances for you. Vote for a person who says that I will build better roads, so that transportation can be better in my constituency, so that business can be better in my constituency, so that I can get employment. Vote for those kind of people. We've been constantly saying that. We've also been constantly saying that, listen, you know what? Your pillars of the constitution, pillars of your constitution are almost degenerating. Media is over. Media is no longer the pillar of your constitution. Don't go by your media. Your pillars of the constitution are degenerating. They are not doing their job. I spoke about judiciary being almost helpless, sounding frustrated even. I spoke about the executive who have no other choice but to listen to the legislature and bend down to the legislature to the extent where they are almost on the feet. And I spoke to you about legislature which is now ruling not with the help of the parliament but with the help of investigative bodies. I spoke to you about all of that. This is going to continue. This is going to be bigger. Today, I want to talk to you about one such constitutional body, and that body is the Election Commission. Now comes the interesting part. You see, there is this home minister, if I am not mistaken, from Madhya Pradesh. This home minister, he normally practices everything that Uttar Pradesh does. So if Uttar Pradesh there is bulldozing, he also bulldozes. So he is very inspired with the governance of Uttar Pradesh. So be as it may. Narottam Mishra went out to say that when you press the button on the EVM, that is, with lotus symbol on it, the celebrations are held in India. If any other party wins, celebration will be held in Pakistan. Keeping national interest in mind, the button with the lotus symbol on it should be pressed. This is what Mishra told to media in Datia, from where he is contesting as BJP nominee. So his constituency, that is Datia, he is not talking about, listen, you know what, I want to build more schools. Listen, you know what, I want to help improve multidimensional poverty. I want less and less people poor in my constituency. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about creating an enemy. He's saying that if you press button here, Pakistan will rejoice. I don't know what that logic is, but that's what he's saying. Now, I am not talking about this because he doesn't talk about growth. I don't expect it either. But what I'm talking about it is because this is against our laws. I will come to what I mean by that in the end of a couple of more statements. Then I will come to what I mean by this is against our laws. Okay, let's talk about our Home Minister, Union Home Minister, and one of the most powerful person in our country, Mr. Amit Shah, who went out to say that do you want to have darshan of Ramlala or not? You will have to spend money for the same, but do not worry about expenses. Give mandate to BJP to form its government on December 3rd, and the government will make sure that you have darshan free of cost. He's saying you want to take the darshan of Ramlala, vote us, and we will give it free of cost. How is he expected to say that? How is he saying that? Does he mean that Bharatiya Janata Party has got so much money that he will give free darshan to everybody in Madhya Pradesh to go to Uttar Pradesh and see Lord Ram? Is that what he's saying? Or is he saying that he's going to take taxpayers' money and then ensure? Or he's just saying it as jumla? I don't know what he meant by this. But the fact is, what I said before, I repeat, what this is actually wrong. It is not legal to say this. And I will tell you why, like I told you. Let's go to a few more names. I don't consider this person serious, but all the same, media carries him. So I have to talk about him. And this person is T. Raja. T. Raja. He wears all these saffron shirt, pant and all that and roams around. And he says that you all need to ensure that more Hindus cast their votes by telling everyone that our enemy indulges in slaughtering cows, committing love jihad and forced religious conversions. He says create enemies. Create enemies because we want to win election. He says it openly. Go tell people that they slaughter cows. Go tell people that they do love jihad. He is asking people to create enemies. This is a fight of our dharma. We have to ensure that adharmis loses this battle. He's made this into a dharma versus adharma battle. And this man is part of the dharma, Hindu dharma. This is legally wrong. I'll tell you further. There is a person called Ramesh Biduri. Of course, we all know him. He says, he was talking in Rajasthan and he's talking about Mr. Ajit Singh Mehta, who is candidate in Tong. And he says, भाई अजित कह रहे हैं कि चुनाव के ऊपर पूरे देश की नजर है. अजित भाई, पूरे देश की नजर नहीं है इस राजस्थान के चुनाव पर, और ऊपर से टोंक के चुनाव पर लाहौर की भी नजर है. Same thing what the other man said. लाहौर की नजर है. क्यों लाहौर की नजर है? And why is he telling this to Ajit Singh? Creating enemies, using caste, using religion, associating one religion with Pakistan, associating one political party with Pakistan, and saying that Lahore ki nazar hai. I'll tell you last before I get into why this is technically, legally not correct. I'll tell you why. Himanta Biswa Sarma, who is the Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma says, if we do not speak about Hindus in India, then for whom will we speak? On Babur, Aurangzeb? We will proudly speak about Hinduism. That is what Sarma says. He says that he was responding to questions by reporters about usage of religion, Hindutva in politics. This is what he was saying. He is saying, हम हिंदू के बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे तो और क्या? We will talk about Babur. My dear friend, a politician should talk about food security. Politicians should talk about education. He is the chief minister. He should talk about education. He should talk about food. He should talk about Manrega. He should talk about midday meal. He should talk about infrastructure. He should talk about healthcare. That's what he should talk about. We've got sons, we've got rishis, we've got munis all over the country. We've got great people who are spiritual masters who will talk about religion, and they know about religion and they talk about religion. That's their job. His job is to ensure that the state is governed well. His job is not about speaking about Hinduism or Babur or Aurangzeb. Now let me come to the last part of this particular editorial. You see, model code of conduct for guidance and political parties and candidates. This is as far as the Election Commission is concerned. These are prescribed laws. I have not made them, prescribed laws. These laws are what Election Commission is supposed to follow. ठीक है ना? Okay. Number 1, general conduct. There is meetings, there is processions, and so on and so forth. So there are various conducts. I am going to talk to you about general conduct. ठीक है ना? Let's talk about general conduct because that is in reference to whatever we just spoke. General conduct, point 1. No party or candidate shall include in any activity which may aggravate existing differences or create mutual hatred or cause tension between different caste, communities, religion, or linguistic. That is the point number 1 of general conduct. Because if you do that, and most of this was doing that, you are going against the general conduct. The Election Commission should be pulling you up. The Election Commission should be banning you, punishing you, whatever it does. The Election Commission has the right. Point number 2, criticism of other political parties when made shall be confined to their policies and programs, past record and work. Parties and candidates shall refrain from criticism of all aspects of private life not connected with public activities, the leader or workers of the parties. Criticism of other parties or their workers and leaders based on unverified allegations or distortion shall be avoided. This is the point number 2. Point number 3, there shall be no appeal to caste communal feelings for securing votes. Mosque, churches, temple or other places of worship shall not be used as a forum of election. And our Home Minister went out and said that, do you want to have darshan of Ramlala or not? You will have to spend money for the same, but do not worry about expense. Give the mandate to BJP to form its government on 3rd December and the government will make ensure that you have darshan free of cost. The government will ensure that you have darshan free of cost. Isn't this going against the point 3 of the general conduct? Okay. Last, all parties and candidates shall avoid scrupulously all activities which are corrupt practices and offences under the election law, such as bribing voters, intimidating of voters, impersonation of voters, canvassing within 100 meters of polling station, holding public meetings, etc., etc., etc. I have read you 4 laws. Now, the fact is, these 4 laws, I have read you 3 or 4 statements where each of these statements are breaking these laws. Is the Election Commission doing anything? Am I to assume, see, there are 2 assumptions that I have. I am to assume that the Election Commission has not heard or seen these videos or these clips. The whole country knows about it. Media has spoken about it. We now know about it. Everybody knows about it except for the Election Commission. Election Commission has no idea this was ever said. So, जब मालूम ही नहीं हम किधर action लेगा. Am I supposed to believe that? Or am I supposed to believe that Election Commission knows everything, but will not take action, especially when it is against Bharatiya Janata Party. Opposition? Yeah, no problem. Against Bharatiya Janata Party, the Election Commission will not take action. Then why do we have Election Commission? Who is the Election Commission working for? Is the Election Commission for the government or Election Commission of India? What is it? Because if it is for India, then they are working for us. If it is for the government, then they will work for the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is what they are looking like. This is the point I am trying to make. I repeat myself. Elect a person who talks about your children's education. Elect a person who talks about your family's health. Elect a person who can ensure that there is food on the table for the lowest common denominator in your constituency. Elect a person like that. Secondly, constitutional bodies are either looking helpless, frustrated, can't do anything, or looking the other way. Looking the other way because they don't want to offend the ruling party. Maybe they want favors too. So they don't want to offend. They are looking the other ways. This is what's happening in this country. Be aware of this. Be aware of this. And vote diligently. This is the point I wanted to make. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.